Ever notice how the founders who make it big aren't just skilled and they're not just lucky either? I've been coaching founders and executive leaders for over 10 years. And the one thing that I've seen over and over and over again is that the successful ones are ridiculously resilient. Resilience, that is something that is so common in success stories. Winning the SaaS game isn't a sprint. No matter what you've heard or magazine articles you've read, there's no such thing as instant success, or maybe if you're making rice, instant success rice, that's the only time you see those things together. But building a business is one of those grueling ultra marathons through hills and valleys and maybe a fire swamp or two. No success story is, all up and to the right. Every day is not a good day, I promise. And, of course, we have the benefit of knowing how they turned out in the end, but living it can be a little bit different. Most of you know Airbnb. Yeah, amazing story of founding and success, brilliant concept, and things were going well. And then the fire swamp. 2008 recession just crushed the entire recreation and travel markets, and including Airbnb. And that really sucks. I mean, they had no control over the macro economy. They could have given up, could have pivoted, the business model, done something else, blame the economy, pointed fingers, hey, it's not our fault. It just this economy sucks. Put things on pause. We'll come back to this later. But winners don't do that. Winners overcome. They find a way. Brian Chesky, one of Airbnb's co-founders and his team, they got scrappy, which I love. So what did they do? They sold cereal boxes themed around presidential election to make ends meet. Yeah, I mean, think about that. Cereal from crunchy Captain McCain to Obama O's. Innovation and killer mindset turned a setback into a stepping stone, and they cover their operating costs with cereal. You think about that. That is one of the scrappiest entrepreneur moves that I've seen in a long time. And I think that is absolutely brilliant and just plays right in there to resilience. How can we become more resilient as leaders? Here's your playbook. First, flip the script. Don't see problems, see challenges. And something to solve, to overcome, to conquer. Words matter, especially the ones you say to yourself. The things that you put in here, control that. So don't look and say, oh, I've got a problem. I've got a challenge. I've got something to solve. Shift your perspective so that it serves you. Think of adversity as a training ground, not a burial ground. And sometimes it can really feel that way. But the other thing that to remember is that your team is watching. And so make sure that you're setting an example worth following. Second is the F word. And I'm going to say it now. Ready? Flexibility. Flexibility. I refer to this as the Gumby principle. Some of you will get that reference. Some of you are like, who's Gumby? But if you're as rigid as a 2x4, you're going to snap. Be bendy like Gumby. Or think about like gymnasts. Have you ever seen gymnasts, doing their things? I mean, they seem to defy physics. I mean, you see it, it's like, how do they do that? That is inhuman. That's not even possible. But it's flexibility. Pivoting isn't admitting defeat. It's strategically dodging failure. Don't hang on to a sinking ship just because it's got sentimental value. Change your sails, adjust your course, find new wins to chase. And that one is really hard for me. It's hard to let go, and that sentimental value, and that's tough. My default is 100% commitment and ride that ship to the bottom, but that's dumb. Don't do it. And third, build your cheer squad. And this just can't be understated, especially as leaders. We don't do this very well most of the time. But positivity is contagious. So surround yourself with people who can lift you up, not drag you down. And I don't mean just yes men, yes women. You need people who will give it to you straight, tell you the truth, but also help you see the silver lining. And when you're having a bad day, they can lift you up. When they're having a bad day, you can lift them up. And I'll add, be a cheer squad for your crew too. I think that's a good thing to remember. Take care of them because a frazzled, panicked team is about as helpful as a handbrake on a canoe. But keep morale high and make sure that everybody has their eye on the horizon, not on the storm that's swirling around them. Ready to switch on that high beam mindset and light up those dark entrepreneurial roads ahead of us? Let's do it. Raise a coffee mug. Here's to changing our minds so that we can change our world.